Hey everyone, this is Kaisif and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a jungle tree based vine farm. So when you grow a 2x2 jungle tree, they generate with the vines, which is what we're going to be using for this farm. So we've got some dirt down there where you can grow these saplings. I don't have an auto dispenser because somewhere down the line the game code changed for tree growth. We've also got this flying machine which actually separates all the wood later. So let's actually give this thing a whirl. So first up, we're going to send off these flying machines. These flying machines are basically going to trim down the sides of the tree. What this does is it actually clears all the leaves from the path of the flying machine so that it doesn't interrupt the player's motion afterwards. So at the end, the flying machines are sent back automatically. We've got a bit of a fancy system and I'll explain some of the features later on. But now let's get down to farming this thing. So to farm this, we stand on the crank obsidian and just get onto the honey block and then flick the button. Then pointing at the vines, we can just break all of them. Now this step will be a whole lot faster in 1.17 when enchanted shears can break vines instantly. But as of now, there's a bit of loss. Now once it goes up, as it's being sent back down, the player is pushed across and once again you can start breaking some of the blocks over here. And on the way down it is less efficient, but once again if we had instant vine breaking it would be a whole lot more efficient. But yeah, as you can see from just that one trip, it's about 21 vines. If you do it for all of them, that's about 1.5 stack. And so now to actually just explain what's going on up top, we're going to creative and send this thing up. You can see the flying machines going through. If the player collided with any of the leaf blocks, the flying machine would basically kick the player out. Here the observer ends up at that block and we've got this circuit here, which as you can see the observer extends, sending the flying machine back down. Now the other part of it is the player pushing thingy. Once again we've got an observer and 8 ticks later you can see that the slime block pushes across, pushing the player into the crying obsidian. And that's basically how it works. And once you're done, you can just jump down through here and break down all the wood. Now in case you're a bit lazy and don't want to do the wood mining yourself, what you can do is you can actually go across with this flying machine, which basically pushes all the piece of wood to the end. The lower flying machine always works. I'll explain why the other ones aren't always used. Alright, so the reason we don't use this one is because these observers are staring out into this block, and if a leaf block comes in the way, the leaf blocks get updated because of the moving wood. That's basically how leaf blocks work. The problem doesn't exist on the other side, but on this side, if you wanted to use the flying machine, you're going to have to clear out all the blocks in front of the observer. So if you go along this line, we have to get rid of all these blocks. Otherwise, they double update essentially and break the flying machine completely. This is a bit of extra work, but I mean, so is just chopping it down. I think it would be better to just chop it down or drop a couple of pieces of TNT from the top. But once again, you can send this off. Now, a major thing that I tried to do with this farm was to reduce the number of flying machine sources, but I think in this case, if you are doing it segment wise, it's better to have multiple instead of as few as possible. So all the wood is pushed to the end over here. It'd probably be smarter to have a TNT blower upper system just to get rid of it. But you do occasionally end up with this occasional jungle log here, which I mean it's not much of a problem really. But the most important thing is you get your leaves, you get your wood, and you get your vines, which are pretty painful to get under normal circumstances. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. This means guys and I'm out.